Hi, Holly. I think my mic was on mute then. I'm just about to log on to Facebook just to see who's on. I've just jumped on. I've had such a busy day today. So thank you for joining me. Daniel in the house. Yo. Hi, Sarah. Oh, see, you're all ready this week. I'm absolutely boiling. I'm just going to go check and make sure my heating's off. I don't know why it'd be on, so just bear with me a minute. I'm chattering away to myself. You can't even hear me. Right, I'm going to take my bracelet off. No laughing this time, Daniel. Can never get it off. So just wait for some more people to join, see if some more people are going to join. And I've got a little treat for you guys tonight. Are you excited? Oh, I can't get my bracelet off again. There we go. Oh, bless you, Jess. No, it's me. I'm an idiot. I'm talking away and I've muted my microphone. But thanks for coming. So we'll just give it a couple more minutes. What's everyone been up to? I've had a busy day. I'm preparing for some events in June, July, August, and another one in September now. So I've been really, really busy. I think I might just tell you all now whilst we're waiting for some people to come in and join us. My website's finished. Woo! So I'm really excited about that. I've just got a few, hi Lauren. I've just got a few more, just little tidbits to working today, Holly. Yeah, hi Charlotte. Yeah, just a few more little tidbits to tie up basically, but the majority of it's done. There's only a few categories on there at the moment, but I've got them. I just need to add them. But because it's such a long process, I just decided, to just do it once the website's live. So there's going to be loads of stuff. I'm so excited to share it all with you. I really am. I've also got an app so you can download me to your phone, just in case you missed me in between the Tuesday or the Thursday tarot readings. But there's just loads on there. I can't wait for you all to see it. I really think it's going to benefit you all. So exciting times, man. I'm just reading some comments. Right, everybody that's on here is from Facebook so far. Okay, I'm just checking something. Right, we'll give it another 2 minutes and then, oh, thanks, Holly. Yeah, do you know what? I am very, very proud of it, and I wouldn't say that if I didn't mean it. It's taken me a long, long time. I've done it all by myself. Charlotte's been helping me proofread and everything, but there's loads of products on there. I've got blogs on there. There'll be forums where people can talk. Hi, Kelly. There will be groups so you can talk about specific subjects. I'm going to try get in a few different experts. So, Reiki therapists and whatever else, all these different types of people. We're going to be doing blog posts, videos, lives, all of that stuff. I'll be doing readings, live readings still. There's a page where you can watch them. So even if you can't get it on Facebook, you can get it on the website, because there's a lot of people that don't actually use Facebook or don't use social media, especially the demographic that I hit with what I do. There's a lot of people, and I'd probably just say like a lot of middle-aged women, really. They don't tend to use social media. So I really wanted a platform where everybody is accessible to everybody. But yeah, there's loads on there. I've got inspirational videos, I've got audio books, normal books, books that I've recommended, that I've read myself, that I've actually used. I'll be doing reviews on things, products, because I'm going to be buying my own products as well. In actual fact, I have done. So there's loads, absolutely loads you can get involved in. You can earn badges, you can earn loyalty points, you can start your own discussions, there's so much that you can do. I've got all my events on there that's listed. Oh, hi, Sharon. Oh, this is Sharon, everybody. Say hi. I'm Leona. Bless yous. But yeah, so I've got loads on there. Like I said, I'm trying to think what else I've got on there. Yeah, so you can sign up, you can be a member. I've got membership plans. So they range in different prices, but depending on what membership you have, you can get access to different things, access to different groups, different blog posts, different forums, different content, different video streams, just loads of stuff. So In addition to that, I've also got, I haven't done it yet, but I'll tell you, I've got an astrology calendar. So like what I do every month where I post it on Facebook and I pin it to the top, it's actually going to be a live calendar. So you'll be able to see it every day. You can click on whatever aspect. So let's say, for example, you wanted to jump forward in a week's time to see what was going on. Let's say you had a big day or you know, something coming up, you can actually click on the day and it'll bring up any aspects and it'll tell you what kind of energy is happening that day. So obviously it's very like bare bones really, because I think sometimes unless you're in astrology, you won't really get it because there's other things going on in the background. But as a general rule of thumb, that's going to be the aspect for the day. There's also moon phases on there, and it's going to give us some tips and advice on how to utilize the moon phases and what they actually mean and things like that. And again, like I said, to back all of this up, I'll be doing videos on aspects, I'll be doing videos on transits, planets, I'll be teaching classes on how to read, how to divine, how to do tarot. Obviously, that's going to take yeah, absolutely, Daniel, get involved. Honestly, you know, it's going to be good. This is the reason why I'm doing it, because you know as well as I do that these tools are really, really useful. Now, I know they look like pretty little cards, and they do, you know, especially the more people that are using them, the more versions of the same thing are coming out, but it's good and they do work, but you just need to put in that little bit of effort. And when you put that little bit of effort in, eventually everything just starts to click into place. And, you know, you can use them. I mean, I use them. I've managed to make a whole business out of a pack of cards. That's literally magic. Literally, from the one day I decided to sit down, I wasn't really feeling myself, you know, I decided to look somewhere that I'd never looked before, and before you know it, I've got a business. So, and I've got clients as well, and I've read for clients all over the world. So, you know, you can use the lessons in these things. I'm not doing this for no reason, and it's worth sharing. So that's what I do. So yeah, loads of good stuff to come, guys. I'm also doing events for other people where I will be giving presentations. If anyone's interested in that, you'll be able to find all the information on my website, but also my own personal workshop. I'm going to be doing my own personal workshop. Yeah, absolutely. Just, you know what, if you're thinking about it, do it. Lauren, absolutely, get involved. Like I said, you know, this is not sacred, you know, this is not sacred. I just want to put this out there, right, for everybody to hear. There's so many people that claim to be able to heal you. It's a lie. They can't heal you. The only person that can heal you is yourself. I am just a tool. You can use me as a tool to aid your healing. I can't heal you at the end of the day, but I can guide you. And that's really what I am. I'm a guide. More than anything, like I have guides. You will develop your own guides if you was to take the classes, if you were to listen to what I had to say. And I'm teaching from experience. I had nobody teaching me. I didn't have somebody saying, you know, take this course and start from A and go all the way through to Z. No, I had to figure it all out by myself. I didn't know what books to read. I didn't know what videos to watch. And I watched a lot of crap. And I had to learn for myself. So what I've done is I've really just streamlined it all, made it really easy for you. I've put all the books, you know, that these books that are on my website, they're not just random books from Amazon that anybody, you know, some of them, it will seem like that at first, but these are books where I've read academic writings, or I've read scriptures, or I've read books that have been highly recommended, and within the contents of those books, they refer me to other books. And really that's what you're doing. You're following the thread. You follow the thread, and then you go, right, okay, well, I'm interested in that. He's recommended this book. Let me read that book. And what I've done is I've just collated everything. Now I'm going to let you in on a little secret. You can probably buy all the stuff that's on my shop on other websites. I don't make a lot of money off of it. I really don't. But to be quite honest with you, I do need to make some type of a profit so that I can continue to do this stuff, because I've got to eat like everybody else. But I'm not doing it for to make mad profits. You know, at the end of the day, I'm doing it because this is what I love. I like helping people, and I think that it's just a good resource. So thank you, Kelly. Yeah, there's loads of stuff on there. I can't wait for you all to see it. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah's bought a couple of the books that I've recommended. I think Charlotte's bought a couple of the books as well. So, you know, they're just really interested. And like I said, I'll be doing reviews on them because I'm still learning. I'm still, you know, I read every day. Not as much as I'd like to, but, you know, it is what it is. So that being said, I am going to switch my angle up, and, you know, I haven't really thought this out through too much, but I thought, whatever, nobody cares. So tonight I've got some astrology dice. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing for each pile, we've got three, I'm saying three, right, jumping ahead of myself. got some astrology dice. This is going to be rolled for each pile, okay? There's 3 piles in total. I'm not going to show you them, but I'm going to refer to them with a crystal. So you can either have a blue crystal, you can have the pink love heart, the rose quartz. I don't know what these crystals are called. My son's a lot more knowledgeable in crystals than I am. And then we've got this other one. I don't know what this is, but it's really nice. Anyway, to go with each deck, we've got the deck that I created. Now I've split that into 3 piles because it is a big fat chunky deck. I have shuffled all the decks. So we're going to see what messages we can pull. So this is exciting. So I'm just going to take a moment for you now just to kind of concentrate. You know, whatever your intuition tells you is the one that you need to pick, okay? So you can write your comments if you want to let me know who's picked what. It doesn't really matter because I'm going to go through all of them. And I'm going to try to keep these readings to about 20 minutes each because I know the last reading that I did was really long. You know, it's trial and error. Never done this before, so thank you for bearing with me. So we've got... Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't mess with crystals too much, to be honest with you, Daniel. I mean, I know they do have properties. I know that for certain, but you know, my studies tend to be more academic. I'll be honest with you. I like history. I like mythology. I like ancient scripture. You know, I read the Bible. I've read getting through the Kabbalah. I do that as well. I'm even thinking about looking at the Quran, but I've got so much on my plate now that I don't know where I'm going to fit it in. And also biochemistry as well. So we've got pink already, we've got blue. I'll show them again. I know which one goes where because I've colour coordinated. Me too, what does that mean, Daniel? Blue, typical boy. Hi Laura, nice to see you. Have you? See you. Rose quartz. Hi Emma. Right, okay, so the one on your right, what does that mean? Colour, the one with the dots, perfect. Like Laura, because you've just joined, reading the Quran. Ah, right, okay, I get you. Let me scroll. Yeah, do you know what? Honestly, I swear to God, no, I don't swear to God. That's horrible. I shouldn't say that. But basically, the truth runs through all of these holy books. You know, the only difference is they're just written, you know, like different parts of the world, really. To be quite honest with you, but in actual fact, when you weigh them up side by side, all it is astrology. That's what they are. It's just astrology. So. Pink one for me, black spotty one for Leo. Right, perfect. Okay, so I'm just going to crack on with it now then, guys, and I'm going to just do them in order as I've laid them out. So whoever picked the blue crystal, this is your reading. Okay, we're going to pick some cards. We're just going to do an intuitive read, see what messages come out, what I can see, and then we're going to clarify with some of the written cards here. And in actual fact, what I'm going to do, because I know that you're all sick of looking at my little mug, I'm going to try and move my camera down so that you can see my table. Oh, I've come off of it. Okay, so ignore the boobs. Sorry, guys. But okay, so we're ready. Rose for you. I knew you'd pick rose, Daniel. Rose quartz, to be quite honest with you. You've got a lot of that energy, I feel. Right, blue. I wanted to show you, I wanted to show you guys me shuffling, just so you know that that's what I do. You can actually see my face in the table. That's funny. Right, so what's coming up for you guys? Ooh. Right. So we've got some interesting cards here, actually. So first thing I've noticed that these are all minor arcanas. So there's a lot of changes happening for you guys, whoever picked the blue crystals. I feel like there's a lot going on for you right now, definitely in your material world. I feel like you're just kind of getting on with things, so to speak. So we've got the nine of cups. Now the 9 of cups, right, this light, I have literally tried everything in the world to sort this light out. It's just not having it. So Nine of Cups, I'll leave it here because you can probably see it better. It's all about feeling smug, feeling content, feeling just full. Like, it's like good energy, basically, to be honest with you. The number nines are all about a completion, something closing out. And it's something that, it might have taken some time. There might have been a lot of up and downs, that kind of thing. But it's almost like something's coming to a close, and it's almost like your emotions are becoming much more rested, okay? And there's almost like a sense of replenishment that's due to come in. So I do feel like you've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, but with the nine of cups, I mean, literally on the card, it says happiness. So there is a lot of happiness that you're feeling right now. You're a lot of contentment. Again, you could actually be celebrating. You could be going out more. You could be drinking more. But it's almost like it's showing me these cups that are just overflowing. So there's a really nice energy for you guys at the moment, which is lovely. Sometimes you do these readings and they can tend to be a little bit, but, whenever these cards come up, you really need to kind of, embrace them, basically. Then we've got the Four of Wands. Now, the Four of Wands is all about completion. Okay, again, we've got this sense of harmony, this sense of balance, things coming into alignment, things working out for once. I feel like that's what you guys are probably thinking to yourself. This is Venus in Aries. Okay, so Venus in Aries, Venus is all about relationships, and it's all about fluidity and flow and that kind of thing. My mum's messaging me again, guys. Just bear with. I don't know what she's doing on these. It's fairly straightforward. Just see, because she's probably trying to get onto reading. I don't know. Sorry. Right. Someone's gonna have to figure it out for her because I can't. So yes, so we've, like I said, we've got this. You've got Venus in it. It's a Venus in Aries card. So Venus is all about relationships. It's all about flow. It's all about things. Like pleasures and values and just it's a benefic planet is what I'm trying to say. So it's nice energy, especially to come up with this Nine of Cups. This could be a relationship. Okay, it could be a relationship that's started to stabilize. It started to kind of fall into place, basically. We have got the Eight of Swords showing up here. Now, the Eight of Swords, eights are all about strength. They're all about a show of strength, and they're all about, well, it's Leo energy for starters. In the major arcana, this is the card of Leo. And it's the sun. So maybe something to do with, your mood's being uplifted because summer's coming and it's almost like you've got these plans. Maybe you might be going, I am seeing a sense of traveling as well with this Four of Wands. You may be traveling to see relatives. You may be going to some type of event like a wedding. Something like that, or even just just any celebration, basically. But I just feel like it's going to be really, really nice. You're going to get, it's almost like it's going to fill you up with this like abundance, basically, emotional abundance. With this Eight of Swords, though, it's almost like I'm getting this feeling of like this just seems too good to be true, because again, this Eight of Swords can talk about anxieties. It can talk about, feeling trapped in a situation or feeling stuck or not wanting to make any moves. So it's almost like I'm getting the feeling like somebody may not want to rock the boat. So there could be some type of confrontation maybe that happens at this event. This is what I'm picking up. Hi, Exalted Love. Hi, thanks for joining us. So you need to pick out of blue, pink, and black crystal. I'm on the blue reading at the moment. We've got pink and black. So if you pick one of those crystals, we'll get around to that reading, just so you know. But yeah, with the Eight of Swords, it's all about anxiety, okay? And it's about, okay, so I am now getting, be careful what you say to yourself. I feel like there's this element of self-sabotage here. It's almost like things are going really, really well and you're really, really happy and things are falling into alignment. And because things are going so well, it's almost like you're saying, oh, something's got to happen. It's almost like you're speaking it into existence, or you're like, you're feeding yourself these negative thoughts, basically. But what you're not realizing is that energy is projected, so there may be this tendency to maybe hold back a little bit because you are feeling these, it's almost like a little bit of doubt. I'm getting like there's a little tendency to doubt. Now I'm seeing, it's almost like your mind's racing. okay? And all these thoughts are running through your head, and it's almost like you might even be saying to yourself, I don't want to mess this up, I don't want to mess this up. You might be giving a speech, okay? So you could be like a best man, or you could be giving some type of a speech at an event of some kind, something like that. And there's a bit of anxiety behind it because you're pleased that this is happening, you're pleased that you're a part of it, basically, but it's almost like there is this tendency of self-sabotage. That's what I'm getting. And it's because you're feeding yourself these negative thoughts, they're ruminating in your head, and it's making you feel very, very anxious. So I'm getting the message: be careful how you're speaking to yourself right now, be careful of the words that you're saying, because you do feed off that, basically. These thoughts, they carry vibration, and that vibration, it actually makes us sick, it can make us ill, and it can make us poorly. So that there is something along those lines, okay? I am seeing like almost trying to climb the ladder a bit as well, okay? So if this is in regards to some type of a work event, it could be like a work event that you go to where you're trying to climb the corporate ladder, let's just say. Be careful of how much you drink. That's kind of what I want to say. Be careful of how much you drink, because there is a sense of indulgence here. It's almost like, and then the next day, it's like the next day when you're getting that beer fear. You wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, what happened last night? Like, I am getting something to do with that as well. So if some of you are attending a work event at some point, then, there could be something with regards to that. We've got a relationship showing up here as well. This Two of Cups talks about love. It talks about unionship, okay? So I am going to try and, okay, so these cards you can't really see that great. I am really going to get rid of this lamp because it's crap. But yeah, this talks about things coming into union. Again, like I said, you could be in a relationship. We've got Venus showing up again. In fact, we've got Venus. Yeah, Venus again, 1, 2. So I am definitely getting big relationship vibes here. You may be going to meet somebody's family for the first time, right? So you may be meeting somebody's family. You may be traveling to go and meet somebody's family, someone's parents. You may be invited to some type of a barbecue or an event, and it's a really nice atmosphere. But because you're nervous, there could be a tendency to overdrink. So just be mindful of that. I am seeing that. It's like there's you're nervous and you're just, kind of floating around and trying to get to know people and mingling because you're nervous. It's almost like you're filling those spaces up with sips of alcohol. And then before you know it, you're really drunk. So just be careful, because I am definitely getting something here with regards to just over drinking. Absolutely. But that being said, it's not a bad reading. There is a little bit of anxiety here, but I think it's because this is quite new. I think this is something new. It's almost like you're about to set off on a new path. You're going to venture into something new with somebody. This is a card of Venus in Pisces, which is really nice energy. Like I said, Venus is all about love and relationships and harmony and, fluidity and stuff like that. And in the sign of Cancer, Cancer's really nostalgic. It's very much about the imagination. It's very much about that inner place. Again, I am picking up this sense of insecurity as well. So insecurities are definitely being highlighted, insecurity in relationship, okay? Maybe somebody's mum, okay, this is what I'm going to say. Somebody's mum could be quite dominant, could be quite a dominant person, okay? Or they could have quite a dominant personality. They're very outspoken. They might ask you a lot of questions, and it's almost like you might feel like you've been put on the spot a little bit. Maybe that's where this anxiety is coming from. And that's why, again, like I said, there might be this tendency to overdrink just so that you can relax and loosen up a bit. So that might be why you're feeling anxious, that might be why you're feeling a little bit, I'd probably just say, out of sorts. It's not bad. It's not bad. I won't say this is a bad reading, but, it's definitely there. So something to be mindful of. But I do see this being a success, okay? So we've got the 6 of discs here. So this final card, the 6 of discs, is saying things are going to work out in the end, okay? So regardless of what happens at this event, regardless of what goes down, let's just say, I do think that it is going to go well, okay? I do think that if you do wake up the next morning with a sense of beer fear, I don't think the situation's actually as bad as what you think it is, we all do it, and people tend to be a lot more forgiving than you actually give them credit for. But This is Moon in Taurus. Now, Moon in Taurus is all about the emotions stabilizing. It's all about structure being added as well. So I do feel like it's going to give this relationship some sense of form. I feel like it's going to become more structured. It's going to become more I wouldn't say common. Yeah, absolutely, Kelly. A few times. I wouldn't say common knowledge as such just yet, but I would say that it's giving the relationship much more form. It's almost like you've made that first memory, or it's almost like a little win. Let's just say it's almost like a small win. We've done it now. We've done it. It's out there, kind of thing. So if that's the case, if this is what's going on for some people, then I do think that things are going to go quite nice. I do think that you're in a really happy place with this person, whoever this person is. I'm going to pull another card because I want to see what's going on. We've got no majors at the moment. Now, no majors at the in this spread. Majors to me are like lessons, okay? When you get the minor arcana, the minors, the minor cards, there tend to be more lessons within a situation. I don't think that you're being guided at the moment by anyone or anything. It's almost like this thing, whatever this situation is, it's naturally occurring, something that's come about naturally. Now, we are always guided. We always have, angels and guides assisting us, but it's more like they've let you take the wheel, or they're letting you make choices and decisions. It's almost like spirit's taking a step back and said, let's see where you go with this now. So I do feel like this has been some type of a blessing that's been bestowed on you, but it's almost like they're sitting back and saying, right, show me what you're going to do with it, or, show me how you're going to cultivate it, because this Six of Coins is very much a card of, it is a card in a traditional deck. It shows somebody just holding back. It's almost like they're watching it grow. So, they've planted some seeds and they're watching it grow, and they're saying it's not happening fast enough. It's not happening fast enough. So I do get this this energy of patience. Patience is a virtue. Don't rush anything. Don't kind of try to make something that it isn't. Is what I'm getting. Enjoy it. That's basically the bottom line of this reading. It's enjoy the process. Okay. Don't try to get to the end goal straight away, because you'll miss so many parts out, and those parts that are often missed are the parts that actually provide a sense of longevity. That they're the things that make the relationship stick and stay. Okay. We've got a lot of we've not got a lot. We've got a nice even spread here, meaning it's all the elements are involved. Okay, so this is like, again, it's an alignment. So I do feel like you've met your divine partner, your divine counterpart, if that's the case for whoever this is resonating for, whoever I'm reading for. It's almost like that's why there's this tendency to self-sabotage, because you're saying this just seems too good to be true. I am seeing like there's this sense of luck, but there's also a sense of skepticism with it. The Ace of Discs, absolutely. So the Ace of Discs, this bloody light. The Ace of Discs is all about an opportunity, something tangible, something solid. This is a gift from the universe. And like I just said, it's almost like they've said, look, this is what we're going to give you. I'm going to see what you do with it now. So I am seeing like this is a situation that kind of needs to be manipulated. And that doesn't mean, everybody thinks manipulation is a bad thing. It's not. This is like the difference between white magic and dark magic that people hear of. You manipulate everything. You manipulate time every single day. When you get up in the morning and you say, right, I'm going to go shopping, and then I'm going to come home, and then I'm going to see my daughter, and then I'm going to do this. That's you manipulating your day. Basically, what you're doing is you are setting an intention and you are following through on that. That is what manipulation is. Good or bad manipulation, and this is an opportunity to manipulate this relationship into what you want it to be. Now, a better way of saying that is to create a relationship, the type of environment that you want to be in, the type of environment that you want to be a part of. So absolutely, this is a brand new beginning, and it's filling you with a lot of hope, a lot of joy. I just feel like this is a really nice reading. So whoever this is resonating for, whoever chose blue, this doesn't even have to be romantic. This could be like a relationship that you're forming with a sibling, or, somebody, or a cousin. Let's just say you go on a family holiday and, you go and meet a family that you've never met before, or something like that. And it's almost like you cultivate this relationship with this cousin, or this distant relative, or something like that. But I feel like you're actually going to really enjoy it. I feel like it's going to be beneficial, and I feel like, it's something that you can curate and over time, basically. We've got the Queen of Swords here. Now, this is the first people card that's showing up, and the Queen of Swords is someone who is very analytical, but this is someone who's also very outspoken. She doesn't take no shit. So this is where I'm going back to maybe somebody's parents being very outspoken, or being very, doesn't even need to be a parent. It could even be like a sibling, again, like I'm saying, like a sibling or a cousin or something, because I'm seeing like an aunt as well, who is very kind of stony faced, hard to read, basically. And I don't think that this person, I'm going to say person because it doesn't have to be female, because it's energy, it's not gender. But this is someone who is quite stony faced. But in actual fact, they're not a bad person. They maybe have been hurt a lot in the past. They maybe have been betrayed. You know, they have maybe a little bit of a negative outlook on life and relationships. So it's almost like they might try to bring other people down, but it's coming from a place of hurt. But this person isn't a bad person. It's just their experience has developed their perspective, basically. I feel like I need to say that it's not that this person doesn't like you, it's just because of their own personal perspective or their own personal experience. It's almost like they project that a little bit as well. This is someone who is very, you know, I'm hearing like this is somebody that finds a problem for every solution. That's the type of person that you're dealing with. So if you think that it's you, you know, you're feeling like, you know, you've offended this person or it's something that you said, I don't think it is. I feel like this person is just someone that tends to be a little bit, you know, they like to scrutinize people, I think. They like to make people just feel like they're on edge. I feel like they like to make people feel like they've done something wrong when in actual fact they haven't. And I feel like it's also a test of character. Now, this is interesting. So I feel like it's a test of character. They want to see how resilient you are in regard to this relationship. It's almost like they want you to stand up and say, hang on a minute, you know, this is nothing to do with you. This is not your relationship, with respect. And I do feel like it is going to be very respectful in the way that you might actually come back at them. But with this card here, this is Venus in Aries. Now, Aries are not known to hold back, and Venus is all about relationships. So it's almost like someone's trying to test your strength of character to see if you are a good match with this Two of Cups, or to see kind of if you can make the cut. That's what I'm trying to say. Are you marriage material? Are you somebody that's going to benefit this person? Or, you know, are you just going to fold at the first thing that somebody says to you? Are you going to be out the door? So I do feel like some of you are being tested right now, absolutely. I do feel like you're going to feel like you're being put through your paces a little bit again. We've got this Ace of Discs. Now this is a brand new beginning, but this isn't, you know, imagine, sounds like a future mother-in-law. Absolutely. Something along those lines. That's really what I'm getting. It's like a future mother-in-law, an auntie, like an older sister. And again, it doesn't have to be female. I'm just saying that because it's a queen. This is someone who is very in touch with their intellect. This is someone who knows how to work their mental, basically, and because of that they know how to work other people. So it's almost like they ask questions, but there's reason behind why they're asking, or they might make a comment just to see how you come back, or they might, you know, if you think about it in this way, the Queen of Swords is the card of Libra. Libra is about justice and it's about karma, okay? And it's about, if you think about going to a civil court, you either make the cut, you know, and they say, right, you live to see another day, or they say, no, sorry, we're banging you away. So it's almost like that. So this person's going to be asking lots of questions because they want to find out, they want to get to the root of who you are. That's really what I'm trying to, you know, you're going to be coming across as this really nice, bubbly, fun person in the eyes of, you know, and this person's going, now let me just test this a minute. You know, no one's that nice. It's almost like they're going to start doing a little bit of digging. So just be aware of that. That you know, they're going to start doing a bit of digging. And it's funny that I've said that because I am seeing like this, I am seeing this situation evolve, right? Because I'm seeing like a growth, but it's almost like, again, they're going to put you through your paces. It's almost like they're going to make you work for it, basically. You want to be a part of this family, right? You need to put in the work. You need to put in the effort. You need to show us that you want to be a part of it. This is someone who is very, 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 what's the word? Cutthroat is what I want to say. Right, we've got the Five of Cups. And again, I don't think this is your energy. I think this is the energy of this person. Five of Cups is disappointment. Cups is emotion. Fives is struggle and strife. And this person has been hurt in a relationship, okay? So they do have a very pessimistic outlook on love. They just seem to think like everybody's got their head in the clouds, you know, that they need to just have a bit of a reality check. They need to, you know, open their eyes. And it's almost like, wow, who scolded you? Who scolded you? This person does need to heal. Absolutely, they need to heal. There is a deep healing that needs to go on. And the actual fact, I feel like this person could be quite anxious as well. It's almost like when they're around couples or when they're around relationships, it's almost like it takes it back. It takes them back to a place that they've tried to forget. So they tend to want to piss on everybody's bonfire. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. So if this is something that you're dealing with, you know, or it's something that you're going to be coming up against, then this type of energy, just be mindful that this person has been hurt. That doesn't give them the authority to project onto you. However, you know, this is not somebody that looks at relationships through rose-tinted glasses. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Because we've got Mars in Scorpio now. Mars again is about focus. It's about, you know, really putting your intent into something. It's about its drive and force, and you know, it's not an easy energy to deal with, to be quite honest with you. You know, it's forceful, and in the sign of Scorpio is all about change and regeneration. So this person was probably forced to step outside of this situation, you know, their own situation. It wasn't, you know, maybe they was left, let's just say, like maybe that someone filed for divorce and it's left them really scorned, it's left them bitter. So it's almost like I am seeing like a woman, right? This is what I'm getting. I'm seeing this, it's like a vision. It's a woman's son. And it's almost like nobody's good enough for my son. No one's good enough for my baby boy. No one this, no one that. It's almost like there's almost this element. I feel like this woman's been left before. This woman's been left in the past. And it's almost like her child, let's just say, is the substitute for that love that was lost. Okay, so it's almost like no woman can step up, no woman's good enough, or, you know, again, gender, you know, take it how it resonates, but it's almost like no one can quite make the cut. I don't think that this lady or this gentleman is thinking in their child's best interests. It's a very selfish thing that they're doing. And it's because they're hurt and it's because they need healing. So although you two might be very happy in this situation, okay, or this situation begins to develop, it's almost like this woman is very bitter and very scorned, and it's threatening. I feel like this person is very, very threatened by the happiness that the two of you clearly are. So bottom of the deck, we've got the Six of Swords. Okay, so, oh, for God's sake, right, I'm going to just turn it around because, you know, it's doing me head in. Now, the Six of Swords is all about there you go, focus. The Six of Swords is all about moving on to pastures new, okay, and leaving it behind. Now, what I'm actually seeing here is when this situation plays out, you know, you are in a fortunate enough position to be able to just leave it there, which is why I'm saying I feel like you might be traveling to go see this family. I don't feel like this is something that's gonna, this is somebody that's around you in your local environment. You know, this is someone that you've like got to live next door to be honest with you. It's almost like you've traveled there. So it's, remember that, you know, if it is like a bit of an awful experience, or it's something that you're not really feeling, or it has been somewhat traumatic or caused a bit of anxiety, thank you lucky cards that you can actually just, you know, shut it behind you and leave, because I feel like you're not going to be taking it with you. I feel like whatever the situation is, whatever emotions this person tries to stir up, or whatever conflicts they tried to cause, or whatever mind games they tried to play, it's almost like it's not penetrating, because it's almost like this relationship, this love's too strong. Whatever bond is forming here is far too strong to let anybody penetrate it. So that's an interesting one that I got that out of this reading. But again, we don't have any majors here, so it's all very, very, you know, I feel like this is kind of it's not being influenced by much, if that makes sense. It's almost like you're kind of just going with the flow right now. You're kind of just seeing where things are gonna happen, how they're gonna develop, how they're gonna bloom. Because to be quite honest with you, the time when we tend to tap into our intuition, where we want to access our guides, you know, or when our guides want to speak up, it generally is through the hardships. You know, that doesn't mean to say that they're not there all the time. They are, but it's generally through the hardships when we start looking to other things and you know, places that don't exist inside of us, if that makes sense. You know, we start to become seekers. There's nothing to seek here. This is a really nice, you know, it's a nice reading basically. So take it where you can. I know we tend to want to in fact, I'm going to do the dice first. I know we tend to want to see the negatives in a situation, so be careful of that negative self-talk and that sense of doubt. But yeah, just vibe with it is what I'm trying to say. So we've got Venus again, Venus in Capricorn, 6th house. Okay, so 6th house telling me that this relationship is going to take work. You know, the sixth house is all about work. It's about growth. It's about stability as well, because it's an earth ruled house, and it's the house of Virgo. Now, Virgo is the hermit. So I am getting this sense of isolation. This relationship, you know, it's in this phase of development right now. It's isolated, like, again, like a seed when you bury it. It's quite isolated. It's not part of the garden just yet. So I am getting that, but it's in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn are known to work hard and put the work in. So there is going to be a sense of effort that's required, okay, to cultivate this situation. I do feel like this is going to become part of your day-to-day routine, okay? So this relationship, if you are kind of maybe living separate right now, or you are kind of, you know, just staying over at each other's houses for a couple of nights and then blah, blah, I do feel like things are going to start to form and solidify, because Capricorn rules the structure. It rules the establishment. So this is a relationship that's going to become established, and it's going to become very apparent in your everyday life that the two of you are actually building something together. So that's really nice. So just to tie your reading off, I don't know what to call you, because I'm so used to, see, look, do or die, the time is now. So do or die. Now, what I'm getting with this is actually ride or die. Okay, so I feel like you've actually met your match. Now, whether you believe that or not, if this is resonating with somebody, this person, you might not even know them yet, because this is timeless reading. And, you know, I haven't put any time on it. Whoever you meet, okay, whoever you get into a relationship, this person is going to be your ride and die. And I feel like things are going to start to become much more established with this person in your everyday life. They might start leaving belongings at your house. They might even irritate you a little bit, I'm getting, because they're leaving the stuff there. And it's almost like you're saying, like, what is this? Like, are we serious? Are we not? Blah, blah, blah. But I am seeing, you know, something established. I'm also seeing Jacob's Ladder as well. Jacob's Ladder really talks about ascension. So again, it's really playing into that vibe of something established and something growing and developing. So drinking to excess, okay? I've just said that. Drinking, oh, bloody hell, sorry about this light. So drinking to excess. So be careful of what you're drinking, okay? Try not to drink too much. Try not to, you know, I feel like it's through anxiety. I really do feel like there's a sense of anxiety with whatever family you're meeting. A random act of kindness, okay? So take that as you will. A random act of kindness might just be that someone shows you a random act of kindness and you actually end up, you know, spending more time with this person, because we've got arousal here. So it's almost like you are feeling aroused. So it's almost like feelings are being stirred up, you know, feelings, you know, things. I do feel like it's the beginning of something, because we've got this Ace of Pentacles. And again, this Ace of Pentacles is all about brand new beginnings, but physical, tangible, you know, things that you can see and touch, and, you know, it rules the senses. So it's very sensory. All the earth cards are very sensory. So definite relationship vibe, definite, you know, walking into something very structured, very established. There is a sense of anxiety here, but it's almost like there's, you know, a tendency maybe to self-sabotage. You might be doubting this connection, which is absolutely normal. It's absolutely fine. But I do see you being very, very happy. I do. I just feel like this person, whoever this snob is, because that's what I'm getting like a really snobby energy, needs to butt out. So just completely just take what they say with a pinch of salt. Don't listen to them. This is somebody that does like to gossip as well, just so you're aware of. So if you want to know how you can figure out who this person is, if you are going to this event or you are doing something like this, listen to what they're saying. See, you know, are they talking about other people? Are they talking about themselves? This is someone that keeps themselves very shut off, but they seem to have a lot to say about everybody else, because it's almost like this person can be quite judgy. And if they're doing it to everybody else, there's a good chance they're doing it to you. And you could be dealing with a Libra, because, you know, this is the card. It could be any air sign, to be honest with you, but more specifically, it could be a Libra. So that's your reading. I hope you enjoyed that. And I'm going to move on to the next reading. And I think next I'm going to do the rose quartz. I don't like not having a name to call you. I'm used to saying like Aries, Taurus, Leo, you know, and I don't. I'm just calling you like blue and pink today. So did you pick the blue one, Holly? Can't remember. And did it resonate for you at all? I think we'd probably all say that though, wouldn't we? But I'm glad. You know, again, like I said, don't forget these readings are general. You know, not everything that I say is going to be bang on because I'm not really reading for you specifically. You know, I'm just tapping into the energy just to see what I can pull out, really. So again, like I said, just take it with a pinch of salt. But, you know, if you do feel like there's a little bit of frostiness there, then just know I'm not going to, I did want to ask you a question, but I'm not going to because it's personal and we're on a public platform. Oh my God, that's brilliant. See, we're getting there because sometimes, you know, guys, I do these readings and it's, yeah. Well, do you know what? I absolutely resonate with that because I've got a Libra moon and I can be a bit like that sometimes. And, you know, we always regret it in the end. You know, Libras do like to keep the peace. They do, but they are very outspoken and it's almost like, you know, it's the curse. It's a blessing and a curse. Very good at giving advice, not so good at taking it. Like the sound of their own voice, obviously. So if you picked the heart-shaped rose quartz, this is your reading. This is a new deck, by the way, guys. This is why I've been excited. And I think I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I think I might do your astrology, the dice first, actually. See what energy's coming up here. So we have got, interesting. So we've got Mars here. Mars in the sign of Gemini, okay? So your focus, your drive, your motivation is in regards to children, okay? At the moment, it's knowledge. This is about communication, interaction, local environment, errands, okay? So you might be feeling like you're a little bit rushed off your feet at the moment because Mars is Aries energy. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and it's all about mentality. So it's almost like you're thinking a lot at the moment, okay? Your mind might be racing a lot and it could be in regards to some type of, okay, ninth house situation, which could be holiday, travel, higher education, some type of religious study, okay, or some type of philosophy, okay, that you're developing and a belief system that you're developing. I feel like there's a lot of learning going on here, especially with Gemini showing up, okay, because Gemini really talks about the student. The ninth house really talks about the mentor and the teacher. So there could be something at the moment where you're actually learning a lot from somebody. Okay, somebody could be using somebody as some type of a spiritual guide. You could be using somebody as some type of educator or professional. Okay. Also, someone who's very healing. Okay, because the ninth house is a house of healing. It's the house of God. So you could be thinking a lot more about God. You could be really doing your research maybe, or just paying more attention to what God is, what God was, what, you know, like just you've got questions basically. You might be asking a lot of questions. And it's almost like you're seeking. The ninth house talks about the seeker, okay? And it's also about foreign things. You know, you could be reading more books, especially with Gemini showing up again with the ninth house. It's almost like... Oh, absolutely. It's perfect, Daniel. Well, as always, it'll be saved on my page, so you can always come back and comment later and read later. So, but I'm glad you got something from it so far. That's good. But yeah, like I said, kids, you know, Mars does also rule the motor. Okay, so it could talk about a car going, you know, it's not Gemini, Mercury is the vehicle, whereas Mars is more to do with the motor, which is again why I'm getting travel with this ninth house. It's almost like I'm also seeing like foreign languages as well with this, foreign languages, maybe trying to have to learn some new type of language before you go. It's almost like it's quite a rapid, like the race is on kind of thing, you know, that's what I'm getting. It's almost like you've got to do something quickly, or you've got to bring yourself up to speed, or you've got to just act on something basically. And it's in regards to knowledge and it's in regards to ninth house pursuits. So bear that in mind, because it could mean anything. It could mean a lot for a lot of people. But yeah, Mars also talks about attraction as well. So you could be feeling like you want to go to some type of a spiritual site, let's just say. Oh my God, that's perfect, Daniel. Well, it's not perfect because you know you can't. But I'm glad that it's resonating. So that's perfect. Speak to you soon, love. So yeah, so this whole this whole, oh, I've lost my train of thought now. Let me just get back. Yeah, so you could be wanting to go seeking, you know, it's like, it's almost like I'm hearing like foreign affairs of some kind. Now you could even, I am really getting also, right? This could just be for a few of you. I definitely don't think it's for Daniel, but I am seeing quite a flirtatious energy, right? Communication, potentially online, okay, with an older guy. And it's almost like you're thinking a lot about this person and you're saying, I want to go see him, or I want to take the trip, or I want to visit, or I want to, you know, it's something like that. It's almost like you want to move towards this person. I feel like if you feel like you know them quite well, you know, you talk to them a lot all the time, but I do feel like it's at a distance. So you may be making some type of plans to travel to go see this person again, because I am getting relationship here, but it's more passion. I don't think that it's an emotionally invested relationship, because you haven't been in each other's auric fields in order for you to connect on that level. But this person does excite you. So let's just say, you know, this person excites you. I'm taking that comment as a good one, Laura. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like this is done. I wouldn't say that this is like a broadcasted situation. It's almost like it's just light-hearted flirtation with somebody that's potentially older, or if they're not older, they could just be foreign. So it's almost like they might speak another language, like their native tongue is different, or they could have different like ethnicity. You know, there could be a difference in like skin color. I am also seeing like somebody with a little bit of a blushed skin as well. So it's almost like a light skin, but with like a sunburn. Let's just say someone that's got sunburn, or they've been sunburnt or something like that. This person might also have a scar or a tattoo on their arms or chest, or even hands. You know, it could even be hands as well. And it could even be something religious. Like if they have got a tattoo, it could even be something religious. It could be like a cross, or an ankh, or you know, just like, you know, praying hands, or, you know, something like that. But it really refers to religion. These cards might be a bit easier for you to see. I've never read with these cards. I always like reading my new cards, because it's almost like when you guys drink a cocktail and you get a flavour and it's like, oh, I like this. This is what happens for me, but in my head. Hi, Carlos. Thanks for joining us. That's interesting. Whereabouts are you from, Carlos, if you don't mind us asking? Because we've just been doing a little bit of a reading on I'm guessing that you're not English. I'm apologies if I'm incorrect, but I just thought that'd be interesting to ask. Yes, Kim, these are the cards. We're on the second pile now, so you might want to go back and you know, when the reading's done, and then watch and pick a stone and then watch the rest of the readings, because we're halfway through, so I can't rewind basically. So that being said, we've got the 7, which is the Chariot. Now, you guys do have some major arcanas. So this is this again, travel is indicated here. So sorry about this light. I don't know what to do to fix this lighting, guys. If anyone of you has got any ideas, there you go. I'm trying to get it to focus. Then please let me know, because I'm just stuck. So yeah, momentum, absolutely. And we've got a witch's broom on here. So this is definitely talking about, oh, perfect, Kim. Did you pick a colour, Kim, of crystal? Yeah, Chariot is all about being pulled in 2 directions. So I feel like there's a bit of a diversity here, but like I was saying before, there may be a difference in skin color, or ethnicity, or something like that. But it's almost like you're feeling a little bit torn at the moment. Do I go? Don't I go? Which way shall I go? But something is pulling you, something's driving you. The Chariot is ruled by the moon. The moon is emotional. So again, I am getting that emotional connection. You know, you may be feeling like you are emotionally connected to this person, and it's driving you to want to go to see them. It's almost like saying, shh, F it, basically. Shall I just do it? Shall I just book the ticket? Shall I just, you know, and this is why I was saying your mind's racing. It's a little bit unrested at the moment because you're just thinking about it all the time. So yeah, so the Chariot's showing up. Perfect, Kim. Thank you. So the chariot showing up, like I said. So yeah, momentum. Something's gaining in momentum. Now again, this doesn't have to necessarily mean you traveling physically. This could be emotional. It's almost like these emotions are developing out of nowhere, and it's almost like where is this coming from? And I feel like it's almost kind of rocking your world a little bit as well. Let me just throw that out there. It's just a little bit. It's almost like it's what do I want to say here? It's almost like a rocky road. Okay, so it's not really smooth sailing, which may be why you're questioning it a little bit. But there may be a tendency for things to maybe get in the way. So let's say you are employed and you can't book any days off work, or let's say that you've got children, so it isn't easy for you to just up and leave whenever you want, and but it's almost like because you can't, you want to go. But then if you're the opposite and you are able to, book the ticket and see you later, bye, it's almost like you can't bring yourself to doing it. So there is this feeling of being torn, basically. Just bear with me a moment, guys. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I wouldn't usually do this. Right, yeah. So again, like I said, it's a bit rocky road, and it's a bit like you're just feeling a little bit torn. Now we've got the Oracle of Gems. Now the Oracle of Gems is this is a really, really nice card, actually. This is the card of the Queen of Pentacles. Now the Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very, very much in her element. This is a card of feeling really nice. Hi, girl, wake up. Thanks for joining us again. Oh, bless you. Thank you. So yes, we've got this Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. Okay, so this is someone who looks well. Okay, let's just say it like that. This is someone who is very attractive. This is someone who probably has a lot of admirers. The pictures, let's say if they're posting pictures online, it's almost like you're drooling over them because they just seem to have it all together. Capricorns are very, very responsible. They're very grounded. Definitely somebody with darker skin. Hi, Info Infotainment. Guys, if you're on Facebook and you're hearing these messages, I'm also live streaming on YouTube as well. Hi, guys. Thanks for joining. So, yeah, this is someone who is very, very... They may even be a professional at something, okay? So they may have a trade. They might have their own business. They might have, a little bit of money in the bank, let's just say, because Capricorns usually do because, they are hard workers, very practical, very grounded, very realistic. Okay, this is someone who has very realistic expectations. So I feel like maybe that's why you might not be getting pulled away or drawn away by your emotions. Basically, it might be the fact that they are giving it this sense of groundedness, if that makes sense. It's almost like this could be a reality. This could potentially be a reality. This isn't someone that I'm just speaking to and it's all airy-fairy and it's up in the air. There's a potential for this to be something solid, okay? Because we've also got the Oracle of Raindrops, sensitivity. So this, again, we've got this element of emotions, coming into the mix. This is the Queen of Cups. This is someone who is very, very intuitive. This is someone who is very connected psychically. Again, this is someone who is very, very sensitive, very, very empathic. And I feel like this is the same person. I feel like this person just seems to have this very, very grounding, receptiveness to them. And it's almost like you're looking at them like, what's the catch? What's the catch? And it's almost like this is why, again, this element of self-doubt. It's almost like, what's the catch? I don't understand. I'm so sorry about this lighting. What's the catch? I just don't quite get it. So then again, I am seeing that there's this, because the oracles, the queens, they're very receptive. This is energy that's going inwards. This is not something that's being projected. So there's a lot going on right now in regards to this person. And I just feel like you can't stop looking at them. I am looking at these eyes and it's almost like you're saying, you look good, you smell good, there's nothing that's putting you off about this person. We've got the 10 of Clouds here. Now the 10 of Clouds is typically an ending, a painful ending, a cycle closing out. So whatever this reading is resonating for, you have been through the mill, especially as it comes to relationships. You may have even had a mental breakdown at some point, okay? You've really kind of been pushed to the limit. You've really kind of taken a lot of knives in the back, a lot of betrayals, a lot of hardships, again, I've got this Capricorn energy coming up, and Capricorn is all about hardship. So maybe that's an area of life where the two of you actually resonated. It's almost like you maybe gelled through similar experiences, okay? And maybe that's the emotional connection that you've developed with each other. So it's not so much kind of like, oh my God, I love you, let's get married tomorrow. It's almost like you've developed on an emotional level with regards to some of the hardships and the responsibilities and practicalities of everyday life, basically. Now, again, this doesn't have to be, this foreign person that I keep speaking of. It's just that that's what's shown up. This could be something that somebody that's very much in your environment with this, oracle of gems. This could be somebody that you're around every single day. This is somebody who you are emotionally connected to, but it's almost like saying, like, where do we go from here? You could be feeling quite torn, okay, but you might not actually be speaking on this. This is something that's going on inside your head. It's something that, you may be getting even carried away with this, to be quite honest with you. My advice would be to speak out, which I do think that you're actually going to do, because we've got this 10 of clouds is an end of a cycle. It's almost like you're saying, I'm not going to beat myself up about this anymore. I'm just going to kind of get it off my chest and have done with it, and what will be will be. So I feel like, again, this is the energy of ripping off the band-aid in a situation. It's like ripping off the band-aid and just saying, like, look, let's just come clean, let's just get it all on the table, let's just, and see where we go from here. And I think because of this honest communication, or this situation that's about to kind of just bring an end to something. Sorry guys, I'm just going to try and we've got ascension. Ascension is about the glow up. I am really going to get a new light. So ascension is about the glow up. It's about, overcoming. Again, Saturn energy. So that's very much to do with the physical world that you're living in. But it's almost like an established relationship as well. So this is another message for somebody else. It's not to do with the foreign guy that I was speaking about, or girl. This is an established relationship. It's almost like I'm really seeing a structure again. So similar to energy to what I've just read in the last pile, but I'm seeing like the establishment of something. It's almost like, is this the end of us as we know it? Is this going to change the direction of the situation? It's almost like I'm hearing like a new world order. Things have to change. Things can't stay the same. You may be looking at this person through different eyes as well. So I am getting that. It's almost like you're looking at them through very different eyes and saying, it's almost like you're trying to make sense of this person, because it's almost like maybe they were wearing a bit of a mask. So there was this sense of betrayal, this sense of like, oh, how could you do that? Like it stabbed you in the heart, basically. One thing I will say is this is ending, okay? So whether this is something that you're going to bring about, or whether it's something that this person's going to bring about, this situation is going to end one way or another, and it's going to ascend, which means the relationship's going to level up, or, this is going to ascend you spiritually, because I know it sounds awful and a lot of people don't want to hear it. Through hardship, that's the only way that we can ascend. Sorry, Kim. It's the only way that we can ascend. It's kind of, that's what teaches us, it's a blessing or a lesson. Just bear that in mind with everything that you go through in life. If it's not teaching you something, if things are ticking along nicely, the last reading seemed like much more of a blessing. This reading seems like a bit of a lesson. But again, take it how it resonates. It's a general reading. I'm going to pull some cards from this spread now. I feel like that's very much straight to the point, to be quite honest with you. We have got I am seeing a sense of justice, so I'm seeing like some type of serious conversation that's going to happen, where someone has to make a choice and a decision, like I was saying before. Again, relationship, legal rules, relationships, okay? And I am seeing like there's a sense of karma. So it's almost like you're saying to someone, you made your bed, you lie in it, or something like that, or it's a situation that was developed, and now we just have to kind of roll with the punches. It's almost like a bit of a hey sirrah situation. Whatever will be, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt, I do think. Now, I'm not being funny, but I always say that, I don't know why, because I'm actually trying to be funny. 7 is the Chariot. The 7, this card of momentum is the Chariot. Now, in mythology, this is the myth of Oedipus. Now, you might want to go read that, because there might be a story in there for you, but basically, this is Oedipus lives out a prophecy whilst trying to avoid it. So in actual fact, by avoiding this prophecy that was foretold, he ended up actually, he tried to get away from it and say, no, that's not going to happen on my watch. And in actual fact, that's exactly what happened. I think in the end, he ended up blinding himself or something. But, obviously it's a myth, but yeah, go and read it and see if there's anything in there, because, these stories do hold deeper meaning. stand in your power, okay? So I feel like somebody needs to stand in their power again. That's what I was picking up with that Libra energy coming through again. It's almost like you're speaking up for yourself, or you're saying, look, enough's enough. I'm not doing this anymore, one way or another. I am getting travel again, absolutely. So you could definitely be, you know, again, take it how it resonates, but I am seeing that you could be traveling to go and meet somebody. Stand in your power to me as well is almost like say it with your chest. If you're going to do something, do it. If you need conviction. I'm feeling like somebody needs to have a sense of conviction, not just saying it and then being really passive, you know, saying it and actually meaning it, but not just that as well, following through with it. Somebody needs to really kind of stand in the power, basically. I'm being shown, and I am being shown a Leo as well, so you could be dealing with a Leo. I choose you. Okay, so you could be saying to someone, look, I choose you. I've made my decision, right? Where are we going to go from here with this world card? Because at the end of the day, which is this is the 10 of clouds. I'm not going to sit in this energy forever. We need to make a decision, and I choose you. So do you choose me? And it's almost like you're being as blunt and as cutthroat as that. I am getting a lot of this cutthroatedness at the moment, and I believe it's because this, you know, we've got this, again, like with everything that's been going on in the sky with astrology, there is a lot of karma that's being issued to people. And the only way that karma can be issued is through another vessel, which is another person. Holiday. See? It's amazing how these cards come out. It really kind of validates what I'm saying to me, to be honest. But yeah, holiday. So you could definitely be traveling, like I've just said. Traveling to go see somebody. And again, I am seeing that this person is older. This person could even have grey hair, I'm seeing. Is this too good to be true? I feel like you might want to get this out of the way to try to see, like, is this all in my head? Am I just envisioning? Am I just imagining this situation? Or is this, you know, is this the one? Is this too good to be true? So I am feeling like somebody is being very inquisitive, you know, they're wanting to kind of just, what's on the bottom? 8 of raindrops, walk away. So again, that goes back to the other reading, you know, the other message I was getting with regards to, you know, are we doing this or not? Because either way, I just want to walk away. I just want to, you know, I don't want to deal with this anymore. So yeah, important decisions being made, guys, with that. So I'm guessing this is resonating for some people. So if that is, then that's perfect. And finally, we will move on to the last reading, which is this lovely whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but it looks nice. So, and it's my favorite color, which is black. So right, guys, let's get a little bit of a reading for you guys. Again, this is a new deck of cards, so I'm going to start off with a little bit of this astrology for you. So we've got Aquarius in the 3rd house with Saturn. Wow. So this is hard energy, to be quite honest with you, because Aquarius and Saturn, Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. So this is a strong placement, basically. And it's in the 3rd house, which is the mental, the mind. It's the house of learning, knowledge, education, primary basics. So I feel like we're getting really back to basics. Someone's been learning some hard lessons. And they're being asked to go right back to the beginning, go back to basics, start again. It's not good enough. Okay, I feel like there's a little bit of a telling off here from a guide. Okay, so you know, if you've got somebody that's passed over, all right, or you've got somebody that's I feel like it could even be a granddad. Okay, so like a granddad or something like that. Somebody's older. Again, I'm getting this older man. So whoever this older man is keeps trying to come through in these readings, but Aquarius is someone who is very, very serious. Like, this is someone that doesn't take no shit. Saturn is about, it's the parent that disciplines. Okay, so this could even be a father. If it's not, it's a father figure, or it could be a grandfather, because, you know, Saturn rules old things. Okay, it's old father time. And the 3, it really is the house of children. Okay, so I'm getting like it's a grandparent. So a grandparent might be coming through for somebody here. Aside from that, Saturn is all about hard lessons, but it's all about control. Okay, Saturn really rules the devil, and it's almost like I'm getting like a sense of somebody's on a bit of a vigilante here. Okay, or some type of warpath. Okay, because Aquarius is the mobile structure, and Saturn is, again, like I said, it's the devil. There's a bit of darkness going on here, and the 3rd house is the mind. It's the mental. So I feel like somebody could be going through some dark times at the moment. They may be struggling with their mental health. Absolutely, because Saturn is ruled, you know, it rules health, but it's very dark, basically, is what I'm trying to say. There's not a nice way to say this. You know, I've got to be honest, because that's really why you guys come here. I don't like, you know, giving messages like this. I don't take any pleasure in it, but I have to be honest with you, and that's what I'm seeing. So third house again relates to children, but it also relates to connections. Okay, so I feel like there is a sense of separation going on here because Saturn is isolated, and Aquarius tends to be quite erratic here, there, and everywhere. So there could be a sense of separation or a severing of a tie, basically, is what I'm trying to say, cutting something out. It's interesting because this is actually a very dark set of cards. You know, how I tend to pair them together. It can be quite interesting. So we've got the little trickster. Now, typically, this is not a card that you would show up, and, you know, this is an additional card in a deck, but we've got little trickster. So little trickster, again, it talks about, I'm feeling like a bit of mind games going on. Somebody might be trying to trick you, might be trying to play some mind games. It's almost like it's done in good faith. Like, this person might not be thinking that what they're doing is causing much damage, but in actual fact, I feel like it is. I'm getting a lot of bird. Wow, we've got 2 10s, a 3, and the Hermit card. So again, this definitely talks about something closing out. The 3 of Pentacles can be symbolic of some type of collaboration, but what I'm actually seeing in this card is somebody begging somebody to stay. And this person saying, no, I've had enough, I'm going, I'm out the door, okay? And this person's literally on the hands and knees, and it's almost like they're looking up to you, and they're looking up and saying, like, what can I do to stay? What can I do to make you, you know, continue to do what it is that you've been doing? I feel like a lot of work's being put on your half. I feel like you've been the one that's doing all the work, bearing all the weight. You know, it's almost like I am actually seeing like the weight of the world is being on your shoulders, absolutely. Because traditionally in these cards, we've got this is somebody that's building something or working towards something, okay, and they're becoming recognized. It's almost like they're being noted and they're starting to receive a bit of recognition. So maybe somebody's tried to recognize the work. You know, you're being recognized for something, basically. Let's just put it that way. And this person may, you know, whoever it is that you're dealing with, it's almost like they can see that you're slowly becoming more and more and more and more and more distant, because Saturn is a slow moving planet, okay? It's something that it happens very, very slowly. Saturn at the moment is in the sign of Pisces, so this could be something very, very deeply spiritual, okay? Something shifting spiritually, and it's almost like I feel like there's a tendency to try to grasp onto it. You're trying to grasp onto it, but it's almost like you can't. You know, it's happening for a reason, and you might be sad about that and saying, oh my God, like, I don't want this to be the case, but it's almost like Spirit saying, yeah, but this is the path you chose, because everybody chooses their path. You know, when we come down to planet Earth and we play out these roles, you know, I posted a video on Facebook, and it basically, you know, it's true what she said, and this is why I posted it. And it says, in everything that I've read, you know, and I cross-reference loads of books, history, science, you know, you name it, I read like you won't believe. And it makes so much sense. And in actual fact, we come here to live out experience in order to cleanse the soul of mankind, basically. It's collective, it's a collective process. So when we actually come down to earth, we choose our lessons, we choose what paths we need to go down in order to, you know, rid ourselves of the toxins, so to speak. But yeah, 3 of Pentacles may talk about third parties as well. So this could be 3 people. If it's not 3 people, it could be a third factor. So, okay, so let's just say like it's 2 people in a relationship and money, or it's 2 people in, I don't know, in a marriage and it's a child, or it could be 2 people running a business and it's, I don't know, the company vehicle. Funny. I think you did choose this, didn't you, Sarah? I don't know. I can't remember myself, to be honest. But yeah, there's definitely a third thing to factor in here as well. And I am actually getting children, because we've got this little trickster. Okay, so can I just say, be mindful that if children are involved, there could be a tendency for them to. Yeah, she did. There could be a tendency for this child to be playing you against each other. I don't feel like it's being done maliciously, though. I feel like it's almost like they're saying, well, I'm going to benefit from this situation. So they're being a little bit cheeky, and they may be asking one person for one thing and they're asking another for another, and, you know, that's it. It's not, I don't feel like it's anything malicious. I just feel like it's a little bit, you know, seeing an opportunity there to be had, basically. Could even be a little bit of money, because I am seeing pocket money. It's not big money. It's not, you know, it's like pocket change, basically. Somebody might even also be asking to do, somebody might be doing a bits on the side of work to try to make some extra money, okay? Or they could be pocketing some money. So bear that in mind. Again, you know, coins can also talk about business. So just be mindful of that. If you are somebody that's in business with somebody, there could be somebody that's just holding something back, pocketing. It's almost like there's another account. It's you, 3 of us are being paid, you, me, and me, basically. So just bear that in mind. But if you look at this card, and I'm so sorry because I really don't know why I don't know why I can't get the lighting right. It's almost like this woman saying, no, I'm not. And he's like, please, please, please. It's almost like he's begging. Okay, but you're pulling away, but it's almost like you're being pulled, you're being lifted. I don't feel like this is you walking away. I feel like you're being influenced heavily. And it's almost like saying, even if I wanted to stay, I can't. Even if I wanted to work at this, I can't. I can't unsee what I've already seen. That's kind of what I'm hearing. It's almost like I can't unsee it. It just won't go. It won't disappear. We've got this 10 of Swords. Again, this is the ending. This is the painful ending. This is the end. You know, this is kind of at the end of the day. The day represents joy and movement and mobility and, you know, things, again, gaining momentum and, you know, moving along swiftly. Like when you wake up on a morning, you're always moving and you're doing all this stuff. And it's almost like, you know, darkness has descended with this 10 of Swords. And it's like, how are we going to get out of this dark situation? The only way to get out of it is to completely leave it alone. Now, does that mean it's going to be gone forever? Not necessarily. It just means that it's going to change. It's going to change. And I do feel like a perspective needs to be shifted here because we've got this 10 of Wands. Now, the 10 of Wands is all about feeling burdened and weighed down. You know, the 10 in the major arcana is the card of Jupiter. And Jupiter blows things up. It makes things bigger. And that ain't always a good thing. You know, there's no such thing as good and bad. There isn't. There's just positive and negative. And it's almost like this to me is really kind of highlighting the negatives. It's almost like these negative things are just being blown way out of proportion to the point now where it's like, I can't see this ever fitting back through that hole. Like trying to put a square peg in a round hole, I'm getting. I feel like there's a tendency, there's a need to acknowledge the fact that situations do change over time. I'm being shown a rock, okay, like a rock, like some type of a boulder, like a rock, okay, something like that. And it's almost like it's rained so much on this boulder that it's eroded it, and it no longer has the same form or structure as it used to. So take that as an analogy because that's what I'm being shown. It's almost like it's the years of hard wear and tear has shaped it into something. I'm also hearing like less exciting, to be honest with you. Like again, so imagine it. I'll take the analogy again. Imagine a boulder being rained on consistently. Eventually, those grooves start to level out, and it's almost like you know and see. You can see everything about this rock now. There's nothing hiding there, and it's almost like, oh right, okay. You know, and I'm hearing clear as day. Clear as day. It's almost like it's so obvious it's smacking you in the face, but you're still looking underneath it and saying, well, maybe it's under here. You know, so there's that. I don't know what that's trying to tell me, but maybe you'll connect to that. You'll take something from that. But very much a heaviness to this reading. Very much something's closing out, and it's not easy. So if you are going through this, if you are struggling emotionally, if you're struggling mentally, if you're feeling the pressures of life, because you know this is backbreaking stuff. Basically, this is made to build you. That's what I'm trying to get at. This situation is made to build you. It's not meant to break you. God doesn't want to break you. He doesn't. And, you know, believe in it or not, it doesn't matter. I believe in God. So I'm going to speak on it like that. God does not want you to live a troublesome life. And your guides do, you know, they are there helping you and aiding you and assisting you. But it's almost like sometimes we get so, what's the word? We get so, I don't want to say content, but, you know, I'm going to use it because I don't know what other word to say. It's almost like we get so convinced that this is the situation. We can't see the woods for the tree or the tree for the woods. You know, it's one of those things. So when we get into that place of stagnation, things need to happen. Things need to happen out of your control. Otherwise, the situation will never go anywhere. It will never shift. Okay. Especially if you don't feel like you've developed the skills to be able to make these decisions for yourself. for whatever reason, maybe your upbringing, maybe your environment, people are cultivated and grown differently. Imagine yourself as a plant. Everybody has different, things put inside of them. Hi, Shalia. Yeah, go back and have a look, because you're going to need to pick a crystal reader. You're going to need to pick a crystal so that you know which reading to do. But yeah, absolutely. These two tens, I'm going to be completely honest with you, are the two of the heaviest cards in the minor. So this tells me that is something that's happening in your physical reality. These are lessons again that need to be overcome, and we will overcome them. But they're for your own good, because we've got Saturn here, and Saturn's saying, look, you need to do this. The funny thing is, when we do the things that we don't want to do, that's when everything takes off. That's when we go, oh my God, I should have done that sooner. Okay, so just bear that in mind, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you will live to see another day. That's what I'm trying to. The situation might change, dynamic might change, but it isn't the end of the world. So I think that's an important message for somebody there. The final card is we've got the Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit is very much, look at this woman. She's on her knees and she's crying and she's begging, and it's almost like she's saying, please, I just want it to stop. And Spirit's behind and he's blessing and he's saying, look, we've got you back. So again, I do feel like you're being guided. So I'm just getting this big energy of somebody, with somebody that's passed away, really kind of comforting you right now, and guiding, shining a light, and saying, listen to that intuition, I'm showing you where you need to go. But you're being so, what's the word? You're getting in your own way, basically. Quiet the mind, stop talking for a minute. I'm just going to say it. This is what they'd be saying. Shut your mouth, shut up, stop crying about it, right? And just take a minute to really look at the situation. Take a minute. It's almost like they're asking you to look at a Mona Lisa. Just look at it. Don't speak on it about, I know what this picture means, and I know who drew it, and I know who this, and I know. No, just stop and just look at the picture. And it's almost like you can't. It's almost like I'm even getting like verbal diarrhea. You've got so much to say, but it's almost like you're speaking off the cuff, and you're not actually thinking about what you're saying. So you are being asked to just, and it's because you're upset. You're really, really upset. You're very emotional, and life's become very hard, and you're dealing with all these things, and it's building up, and it's one thing after another, and you just need to take a breath, right? Take a breath and just open your eyes. So I am seeing something about, again, this veil's going to be lifted. Okay, you are being guided. You have got somebody who is on your side. This is definitely happening when you're asleep. Okay, someone's elevating you. Absolutely, it's crazy actually. And now I am getting children again, like I said, with this little trickster. It's almost like someone who is very, very cheeky, someone quite cheeky. I don't know, right? I'm going out on a whim here, but I'm hearing cheeky chops, or something to do with the cheeks. Someone might use to pinch cheeks a lot. Like I'm saying, this is why it's like a father figure or a granddad, because it's almost like there's this cheekiness to it. Right, okay, so we'll get some messages from here, guys, and I'm going to let you get off, because, I've actually got a life, believe it or not. I know you guys have too. But I hope you're enjoying these readings so far. I hope, every week I'm going to try to do something a little bit different and mix it up. And if you've got any ideas, peeps, if there's anything that you want to see or you want to come from these readings, then let me know. Gossip. So again, like I was saying, with that mouth and that chatter, and it's almost like you're not thinking about what you're saying, and this, that, and the other. There's a lot of talk around this situation at the moment. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot going on vocally. Okay, so you're being asked to just, sometimes we create noise because we're scared of the quiet, but in actual fact, it's the quiet that we need to venture into. It's almost like going into that dark forest. I feel like someone's on the verge of awakening here as well. So there is a spiritual awakening that's happening, and it's been avoided, because these spiritual awakenings, take my bloody word for it, they're not easy. They're actually really, really traumatic. But if you can remain faithful, this is why it's important to have good spiritual practice. This is why it's important to have something to believe in, regardless if anybody else believes in it. It doesn't matter. It's not their life. Fuck them. Sorry for the language, but it's true. At the end of the day, if it gets you through that dark time, and it pushes you down that path of, where you need to be and the person that you want to be, then so be it. Believe in bloody unicorns if you want, if that floats your boat. It's your life, not everybody else's. Wild horses couldn't stop me. So there could be something to do with horses here as well. So again, I am just feeling like there's this sense of guidance. Okay, wild horses couldn't stop me. Okay, so someone's really got your back. But also as well, I just feel like once this situation's dealt with, you are going to be out the door. It's almost like it's once you make that decision to overcome this burden and say, right, I'm doing it. It's almost like, boom, you're gone, you're out. And it's almost like you're going to look back and say, wow, I really did that. I really did that. So I am getting an Aries as well. So you could be dealing with an Aries or something like that. But I am definitely getting like a show of strength again. This show of strength is, you know, as the stallion. It's all, I'm hearing you stronger than you think you are. You are stronger than you think you are. I'm seeing like this is a muscle being developed again, like this pineal gland or this muscle. This, you know, it's almost like you need to strengthen it, and you're being guided to do that, but you're focusing too much on external events rather than what it's teaching you. Don't look at the situation at hand. What's going on, look at what it's teaching you. That's what you're being asked to do, because Virgo is the teacher, is the spiritual teacher, is Merlin the magician. He's the one with all the magic tricks. So are you going to listen to all those commoners out there that don't have a pot to piss in, or are you going to take advice from this magical being that's saying, look, this is what you need to do? I know what I'd be doing. You know, magic exists if you believe in it. Trust me. Rigid. Again, you're being too rigid. There's a rigidity, there's this struggle, you know, there's this struggle and this conflict and it's almost like you just need to let the tower fall. Let the tower fall, you know, it's almost like I'm hearing come what may, just really embrace the pain. And I know that, and it's, look, I've made up my mind. So someone's making up a decision. Someone's making up a decision. I've made up my mind. So someone's made up their mind. I feel like this is why this situation's becoming really difficult to deal with, because it's almost like I'm seeing here, and you've got to bear with me because of the cards. Someone's made up their mind. They don't want to return to this situation. However, it is causing them a lot of sleepless nights and a deep depression and, you know, anxieties. And it's just like, oh my God, my world's over. And then it's like this heavy burden that they're carrying around them every day. It's almost like it doesn't matter how much sleep they get on a night time. They wake up the next day and they're walking straight back into that same reality. And then we've got this again, you know, this 9, this Hermit card. This is a major card. This is a card of a blessing. You're being blessed by this Virgo, by this, it doesn't have to be a Virgo. It could just be someone showing Virgo traits. You know, Virgos are the medicine men, are the healers. They are the ones that offer service. Okay, so somebody is aiding your healing process right now. So I advise that you do some inner work. You're going through a dark night of the soul, basically. This is heavy, heavy stuff. And it's almost like you feel trapped in a box. You feel trapped in the box and it's like, how am I going to get out of this? I just don't know how I'm going to get out of it. You know, and you might not be able to see a way out just yet, but because this is such a heavy reading, I am just going to pull some more. I'll do another little astrology, see if I can get some more messages for you. So we've got Moon in the 9th. Okay, so Moon in the 9th could talk about, again, I'm just getting this heaven, right? The 9th house is the house of God, but so God is the heavenly father. The moon is the emotional connection. It represents children and mothers, but it also represents sleep and a passing away. So I am getting like a passing, someone's passed away. Okay, and Pisces is the house of death. Okay, so as we go around the wheel, as we go around the astrological chart, when we get to Pisces, that's where we die, and then we're reborn back in Aries. So again, like I said, I'm getting that Aries. It's almost like there's a rebirth, basically, a spiritual rebirth. But I am also getting like a very, very heavy fatherly vibes. And we've got Aquarius again. Now, Aquarius really talks about the blood, the flow of water, the saline solution and stuff like that, but it's very cleansing and it's very healing. And it's almost like I feel like I'm hearing as well, like your wishes and your prayers. I've heard them. I'm listening to them, so I feel like someone's really listening to everything. But that, yeah, and I am also hearing that this is burdening them too. So don't think that whatever you're going through it alone, because it's burdensome for them too. So this is why they're offering you this assistance. This is why you need to look to the stars, basically. You need to look to the stars, because that's where you're going to find the answers that you need. You know, those prayers, those wishes, those dreams, like you need to start manifesting the shit out of them, because right now, whilst you're getting this aid and this assistance, you really need to start to utilize it. Okay. That's what I'm getting for that. So gossip, you know, gossip. I'm getting like mental chatter, you know, these things, mental gossip in your head, these prayers and thoughts and things like that, you know, they are being heard, basically. So that's your reading, guys. Did you enjoy that, everybody? Oh, Leo, bless you. Definitely. I hope that resonated for you, Sarah. I'm definitely getting, thanks, Lauren. Fatherly vibes with that one. Absolutely. And, you know, and I'm not a bullshitter. I don't come on here to embarrass myself and be like, oh, yes, and I'm getting someone in the room. And no, I don't do that. If I see it in the cards, I'll read it. If I don't see it, I'm not going to force it. Again, doesn't need to be somebody passed on. It could just be somebody in your life, somebody that's an influence on you, you know, somebody that you look to for a little bit of guidance, you know, somebody that seems to contain some sense of wisdom, somebody that's around you, somebody that really takes care of you as well. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be somebody that's and just so you know as well, if it is somebody that's passed on, you can only experience them within. Nothing exists outside of you, really. It's all an illusion. I'm not going to go into it. You know, I've studied it, but I'm not going to go into it. But really, it's an illusion. It's just fragments, fractions of light. So really, that influence is within you. So just bear that in mind. So that's why when you're getting quiet and you're listening to those prayers and you're talking to yourself and you're doing that work and you're doing that meditation, and it isn't all bullshit, right? Like the churches have led us to believe. They just don't want us to do this because we will ascend, and that's not really what they want. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to let you go. It's been an hour and a half. That's kind of what I was. That's what I was going for. Oh, thanks, Emma. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a different one next week. So, like I said, if anyone's got any ideas, you know, perfect. Thank you, Sarah. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, you got any ideas, please just feel free to ping them across. You know, I don't think anybody's being rude. I don't think, you know, you might as well get your money's worth. Well, I'm saying money's worth, the free, but, you know, you might as well get it while you can, because pretty soon, once this website's up and running, I've got a feeling that I'm going to be pretty busy, guys. So if there's stuff you want to know, I mean, you can always join the memberships and whatever, but if there's stuff you want to know, then send me a message. And also as well, if you want to give me a review, a bit of an energy exchange that I can post, or if you want to just write a review on my page, I would be forever grateful on that, because in this industry, word of mouth is everything. So yeah, if you do that for me, then that would be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you, guys. Thank you very much for another good evening, and I will be back again next week, same time, 7:30, unless there's an issue, which I'll let you know, which there probably won't be, but then I'll be back again next week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.